Hi. So I wanted to talk about a personal experience I have currently been going through. So I've always had this fear of being by myself. From a young age, I dealt with emotional abandonment. I mean, we all go through something. We all can say we don't or whatever, but that's not true because we all go through something. We all have our own hurts and struggles and traumas we all have to get through. But from a child, I dealt with emotional abandonment issues, and throughout my life, I tried to fill that void by avoiding myself, hanging out with my friends all the time, constantly, wanting to feel loved and thinking I need love or, recognition from another person to feel whole within myself. But that's not really the case, and I didn't really start to understand that till I reached like the age of 20. Last year, actually, around the summertime, around fall. But I've always used to seek outside of myself for that love I needed to feel within myself, because I'm constantly trying to like subconsciously fill this childhood wound I've always had, but I'm just now realizing this as an adult. Anyways, I'm just rambling. This is what I was really trying to get to. So a couple months ago, I looked into this thing called mirror work. So basically what that is it's a form of like self-healing. So in a sense, it's kind of like meditating in a way, but it's more, I won't say more personal, but kind of more personal because you're staring at yourself in your eyes, and your eyes are, said to be like the window to your soul. So when I tried to do this back then, it was really odd for me because I'm just like, like this is weird. I don't really like. Of course, I like used to look at myself in the mirror because I did my makeup or whatever. But like this was like kind of like different. This was like more intimate, like me really getting like to the nitty gritty. Like, who are you? So like I was just asking myself. Sorry, I'm just okay. I'm like, it's like 1,000 things going through my head at once. My energy's very like I don't know. I'm very pumped. Like I'm just excited to be talking about this because for a long time I lived in fear of saying how I felt, speaking my truth, this and that, but I'm tired of having that wall up because we're all capable of anything, we set our minds to. Anyways, so back then I was scared of like facing myself because it was also like this old void of me never wanting to be by myself. And then it's also like me being scared to face myself because I was trying to look at myself, in my soul to figure out, who is Destiny. So I'm just like, yeah, I wasn't ready to do that back then because of where I was at mentally and emotionally. But recently I've gotten over a lot of fears and traumas through meditation. So, I'm just like, you're strong enough to do this. There's nothing to be scared of because, the only limits are the ones you set for yourself. So, a couple days ago, recently it's been kind of hard with stuff I've been going through, just trying to get past mentally. And I want to do something else besides meditating. So I decided to try doing mirror work again. So what I was doing was, I just proceeded to like look myself in the eyes, and it was a weird feeling, but like it wasn't something I was that much scared of anymore. So this is gonna sound a little bit weird to people, but I'm just gonna say what's really been going on. Once you reach a certain point of consciousness through meditation, you start to see things. I've been on this journey of opening my third eye, and through that, it's really, shown me the false misconceptions of the world and things I always thought I knew, but I really don't know. And it's just constantly reminding me, like, we don't know everything. We might, gain knowledge on some things, but we don't know everything, and we'll never stop learning things. So through this whole process, like, I've been able to, like, find my spirit guides, see past on loved ones. I've really been able to gain the strength to really give love to myself and to heal myself and to learn how to transform internally to transform the world. So I really feel as if I went through so much because we are all able to get through any obstacle. You just have to believe in yourself. So, sorry, just, yeah, we're all capable of doing whatever we set our minds to. But through this whole process, okay, sorry, I'm like just trying to think of so many things at once. I should have written everything down. But when you reach altered states of consciousness through meditating and stuff, you start, you're able to see and hear things you probably haven't been able to hear before, and it really wakes you up to think, like, have my senses been deceiving me this entire time? It's kind of a weird, new realization, and you just start. It's kind of like you're being reborn again as a new person, because it's just like everything that you thought you knew your entire life, you really don't know. And it's kind of a freaky thing to deal with, because it just really takes you back, and it's kind of like you have to relearn everything, you thought you knew. But anyways, back on top about mirror work. So how these two things intertwine on a deeper level, while you're looking at yourself in the mirror, into your eyes, like through certain meditations and stuff, you can get certain visuals of, intense things and messages, you need to hear to help you with the current situation you might be dealing with. That's called like your intuition. Like, it's just like a deeper knowing than you've ever known before, to really help assist you in whatever situation may be bothering you. So going back to mirror work, you see certain visuals. You might see certain visuals depending on where you are on your spiritual journey. So I feel like I'm a decent amount, into my spiritual awakening process. So I was able to see certain visuals while looking at myself in the eyes. So it's kind of a process. So while I'm looking at myself in the eyes, obviously I just see my true form. But as time progresses, like, I start to sun gaze and other stuff too. And what that is, meditating but staring at the sun. But you do it at certain amounts of time, a certain time during the day, to where the sun isn't too bright to where it would hurt your eyes. So I usually do it around like 5 or 6 p.m. to where it's like almost about to set, So when doing that, the sun sends certain energies to your body that helps you to really regenerate and clear out any negative energies. That's like love. That's pure love from the universe, like the sun, coming on you. But anyways, I'm like all over the place. There's just so much I just want to talk about. But while looking at yourself in the mirror, how this goes, in coordination to the sun, it's just like looking at yourself in your eyes. It's just like that, that universal, like, pure sense of like love. Like, you are unconditional love. So while doing that, it's just like, sorry, I'm just kind of all over the place. While looking at yourself in the eyes, what would happen would be, like, it would be, just my true form for that 1 second. Then it would, imagine like a camera. You know how you can go into focus and go out of focus. So, like, it's very clear. Then say you, like, switch the, setting, and then it's like, kind of blurry. So it's just like a click, like, just imagine, like, clear, not clear, clear, not clear. So I was doing this thing to where I wasn't blinking. That's what I was trying to correlate it with the sun, because when I practiced staring at the sun, I would practice not blinking. So I was doing that while I was looking at myself. And once you're so used to doing it for a certain amount of time, it doesn't hurt your eyes anymore. So I was doing that. So since I was doing that, my eye was doing like a focus, unfocused thing like a camera would. So it was like clear, not clear. So when it would go not clear and then would it go back clear, clear, whatever, I would see a different distortion of my face. Like it would be very like kind of pixelated, and then my hair would look staticky, like almost as if, obviously this is an illusion, and it's just showing me like this isn't, really me. Like, yes, this body, this is destiny, but my soul is just a being. Like, this body doesn't really mean anything. Like, of course, take care of your body, while you're on this earth, but this isn't really me. This is all facade. So I was really getting the sense of, like, I was really seeing, like, this isn't you. But, like, I wasn't scared, because it's just, like, through certain meditating and getting to higher states of consciousness, you learn to, like, not be so scared of stuff like that. So I was just kind of used to, like, seeing that. But then it would, like, go back to, like, clear, not clear, and went back clear. It would change to something else, and I would, like, see an incarnation of, like, me as, a kid. Then it, like, switch again, and then it would be me as an older person. So basically, think about it. When it goes unclear, it's just blurry. Then when it goes back clear, it's like a different form or incarnation of me. So, or if it wasn't that, it would just be me seeing my eye. My whole face is just like a complete blur. Like, I only see this eye, and everything would just, like, disappear. And then it would switch, and then it'll be, I can only see this eye, and this whole thing disappears. And say I focus on a different point, like right here, like just right here, like in between, my eyes, like my face would expand and my eyes would go farther apart. Mind you, I'm obviously sober. But, once you get into certain, states of meditation and stuff, you really break free from the illusion of what you thought you knew. And, like, your whole perception of everything just expands. So don't think I'm crazy or anything. I mean, I probably sound crazy to half of you, but it's fine. I'm really starting not to care what people think about who I am as a person. So, honestly, it's whatever. But it was really odd. But then today, this day that I'm talking about in particular was like 2 days ago. During that time, I was really going through like a rough patch, old emotions coming up about, me not thinking I'm good enough. What do people think of me? Me just not really being able to step into my power, me just not having motivation, or the drive to do anything. So, I was just giving myself, like, positive words of affirmation during that time. Like, while I was seeing, like, these different forms of myself, I'm like, I love you, you are worthy, you're beautiful, you aren't what people think you are, like, you aren't the thoughts of what people think of you, just trying to be very positive, and, like, while staring at myself, I just started to break down. Like, once you start looking at yourself, like, you're starting to, like, see the inner depths of your soul, and it's like you're really starting to heal that inner child within you, while staring at yourself. And yeah, it's just much deeper than just, like, looking at yourself. There's a purpose to it. It's just a healing that we all need. I just felt like it was just something I needed to say, like, because it just helped me so much in just a matter of just 2 days of me doing it. Because it's been hard for me to want to meditate lately, and I just wanted to try something else. So I just, wanted to try this. So 2 days ago wasn't really in the best place, and today was kind of rough for me as well. Just going through a lot at work, and really just just old things coming up that just need to be letting go. Just old things popping up, old feelings popping up that needs to be let go of. So today, the same thing kind of happened. Playing a certain frequency, positive, send positive energy, to myself. Sun was out, so I was sitting in front of the sun, had my mirror right there. Sun was setting. So I stopped sun gazing and I started to look at myself. And while that was happening, started to see different incarnations of myself again. But then before I started this mirror work session today, I was just like talking to myself in my head. I'm just like, who are you? Like who is Destiny? Like, who are you? Well, I didn't say my name because I just didn't feel the need to. I just said, who are you? And then I felt more positive, like saying encouraging words to myself, like looking at myself, because at first that made me really uncomfortable. And if it makes you uncomfortable to tell yourself I love you, you are beautiful, that means you aren't saying it enough. Because why do you feel uncomfortable telling yourself that you love yourself? Because you shouldn't feel that way. If you do, you need to do some work. You can't avoid yourself forever, because you will never feel whole and complete 100% within yourself if you don't resolve that. And I know that for a fact, because I've ran away from myself for so many years, and it's not a fun process. But anyways, doing that today, it really got me. Just the usual stuff, but I was more comfortable with telling myself I love you, this, that, you're beautiful, whatever. And then while doing that, I was getting the same kind of visuals I was getting 2 days ago, but while looking in this eye, my eye just completely changed, and it just turned black. And at first I'm just like, was that a demon? And then I just really took a step back, kind of got scared a little bit, because while that turned black, like this side of my face kind of turned black, and I was getting scared a little bit. But I don't really get too freaked out about the things that I see now, because I've seen almost anything you could think of. So most things don't really freak me out that much. But I'm just like, while looking at yourself in your eyes, you're just like, what is that? Like, who wouldn't get scared if they just saw their eye turn completely black? But while that happened today, like I was thinking, like, is that a demon? But like, no, that's not a demon. And I'm just like, wait, like, that's me. Because going into this session, I asked myself, who are you? And my soul is showing me who I truly am, my truest form. Because none of us are actually who we think we are. There's so much more to it. We're actually all aliens. Ooh, wow. I'm Arcturian starseed that has to do with the sun. That's a whole different thing, and that's a whole different thing to go into. But anyways, so I started to see myself in my truest form, and obviously this isn't my truest form. I mean, this is all an illusion, whatever. But anywho, I started to see myself in my truest form, and then it was just kind of like a wow moment for me, because I've never like seen, like truly seen, like who I truly am. And I don't know, I would just kind of feel very grateful in that moment, because it's all a process of just knowing you aren't your fears or your worries or any limiting belief or negative thing you think about yourself or other people think about you. And once you get over that, or at least try to get over that, and just put your trust in the universe for that moment, you are shown, like, things are thrown in your path to like show you, like, it's everything that is put in your way is there for a reason. There's nothing in this life that wasn't meant to be here, because everything that you go through helps you to become a better person. Like, even like the most traumatic things that you would think you could never get through, you got through it. You're still here for a reason. We all have a purpose. We all have a purpose. I know that for a fact. We do. But I just wanted to share my experience. And yeah. So if you would like to hear more, subscribe.